Yo, what's up, guys? So in today's video, I want to give you guys a lesson I learned when I almost lost my life, when I almost died. And I learned a lot of lessons from that, but I wanted to narrow it down on one to give you guys today, and hopefully you could take something from it. So I'm not going to go too in depth, but long story short, in 2020, I was riding my motorcycle one day and I was going around this nice reservoir. It was very sunny out. It was a perfect day, but sometimes I'll ride a little reckless and get carried away. But I remember this day like it was yesterday because it was so like, even though I didn't get in an accident and nothing major happened, the way it was so close, and it was like, I'm talking like 1 second off or 1 inch off, and it's like I'm losing my life. There's no doubt in my mind. So it was so freakishly like close to me losing my life and happening that way that to me it is a near death experience because it like ever since that day, like we're talking almost 5 6 years ago now, still changed in my brain. Like something just switched and like is honestly a blessing. Like if you guys ever had a near death experience, it's a blessing because it like it pulls you back into reality, because I feel like a lot of people are in like a mundane, like just they're in their routine, they're just floating through life, and like they're not really here. They're not really where their feet is. They aren't in the present moment, and they're just letting their life slip between their hands. But besides that, I was going around the reservoir this day, and I remember it was like a straightaway, and I go into a right turn. And by the time I hit the turn, it was probably like I was doing like 80, 75, 80 around there. And basically, I went around this turn. I look up behind after I get around the turn, and someone did a legal U turn as fast as they can. So it was like I look into the turn, I see a car, and it was like right in front of me. Like I was like, I remember telling myself in my brain, I was like, this is it. Like it's over with. Like I'm going straight into this car. And I said that, like, it happened so quick. I was like, oh shit, like we're going straight into this car. And it was like 80 miles an hour. And I remember too, I didn't have an anti-lock brakes, and I slammed on the brake, which is you're not, that's a no-no in the motorcycle world. You do not hit your brakes that hard in a turn. And there's almost two ways I could have got down, is either I slid and hit the car or just hit the car alone, but I hit the brake, slid, and like I let go, so my bike somehow miraculously didn't go down. Like usually when you hit that hard on a brake in a turn, your front tire, 99% chance you're going down. Some reason that 1%, I let it out, it caught. And say the car is here, I'm coming here, it in my mind, I'm going straight into it. We missed it by a second. Because some reason, this guy that did the U-turn did one of the fastest U-turns I've ever seen in my life. Like, he looked like he floored it and left. Missed it. My knee was, like, right next to this car. Like, it was basically if I was a second earlier, or that guy was a second slower, or I was just a little bit over, or I slid over. Like, there were so many ways where I'm like, it was freaky. I was like, I do not understand how I did not get in an accident. And also another lesson I learned from that day, which is not the one I'm sharing you today, but it almost made me believe more into religion or a higher power, because before I was into my religion, but I was like, I don't know, like I wasn't like the biggest believer. This was like, this shit is so freaky and so close to like losing my life that like someone had to watch over me, or something happened where I'm still good. And honestly, the other creepy part about it is where this happened. There's these two signs. It's like right exactly where this guy pulled out his car. And it's like bicycle or a motorcycle. I think it's a bicycle, and it's on both sides. It says share the road. I'm like, how am I missing this shit by a second? And there's two signs here that says share the road. And it's like, every time I pass that turn, it's like I think of that day. Like, I get flashbacks of it all the time. But basically, after this happened, for months, if not a year, I was living like so different. I turned into like a different person. Something like got rewired or switched in my brain. And I was like, oh my gosh, I almost died. So, in a way, like how it changed me is I try to live my life more with the urgency, or like not rushing, but like I stepped out my comfort zone a lot since then, because anytime I get nervous or scared, I'm just like, listen, we almost died. Like, why not ask this girl out? Or why not approach this person? Or why not start a YouTube channel? Or why not do these certain things? Like, what is holding me back? Because it's like, first off, I look at it like I'm in the bonus round. Like, I had a second chance. So whenever I get down and I'm like, oh, I'm going through this or I'm going through that, or like I lost money or I did this, I'm like, listen, we might have not even made it this far. So for me to even have this problem's a blessing, and it snaps me out of it. But like ever since then, I just live differently. Like, I first step outside my comfort zone more and do things that kind of scare me a little bit. But at the end of the day, like, time is gonna pass, and that shit that scares you, it's like it's really not that scary. You're gonna look back on it and be like, oh, like I asked that girl out, or I started a YouTube. Like, when I first started YouTube, I was way more nervous. Now it's just like, who the fuck cares? If someone doesn't like this, if someone hates on it, it's like I could really care less, because we're both gonna die one day. And the other thing was the gratitude. Like, whenever I get down or upset, I'm like, I remind myself, I'm like, we're in the bonus round. We're lucky to even be here. But the tip I want to give you guys today is I have this little trick that I use to pull me into the present moment. Because, like I said in the video, a lot of people are in this like mundane, like you clock into work, you come home, you cook food, you do laundry, boom, next day, work, home, sleep, work, home, sleep. And it's like you're in this loop. And some people, I mean, I guess a lot of people feel like they're not in control of their life. And yes, there's certain cards we're dealt with. People have certain circumstances, there's certain limitations. But at the end of the day, wherever you're at in your life right now, you have to be accountable and be like, listen, a lot of the area I am in my life is based on the decisions I made in the past. And sometimes we're not in the present moment and we feel like we can't make a change, or we're so wired into our everyday life that like you feel like you're not in control. That's the key thing I want to explain to you is like, sometimes we feel like we're not in control. We're not living in the present moment. We're either stressed about something we did and made a mistake, or you're stressed about the future, but you're not like where your feet are. You're not in the present moment. You're not making the right decisions, and that affects you in the future. So a tip I use is, ever since this accident, sometimes I'll get my hands right like this, and like I'll look at my hands and I'll be like, we're really in this shit. Like, we're really the controller of our lives right now. Like, there's something about it, like, where sometimes we disassociate. Like, we just feel like we're in like a game or a movie. But like, when you look at your hands, you're the one in control. Like, you're the one making the decisions. You're the one approaching people. You're the one picking your job. You're the one if you want to go to the gym or not. You're the one, if you want to start a YouTube channel or not, like, you're the one making the decisions. And almost in a way, when I do this, it's like how I lived after my accident was a little bit reckless because I would do stuff so out of my comfort zone, like it was almost too much. So like ever since it kind of settled down a little bit, I'm more responsible, but I still live with that type of style. Like I step out my comfort zone. But how I would explain it is like this happened in 2020. The whole COVID, I was living my life like I was in like GTA 5. Like it was so dramatic that my friends, my family, everyone around me was like, what is wrong with you? Like, what happened to you? Like, it was that dramatic. Like, everyone I knew was like, something's up. Something happened, something changed. And it wasn't like just for a couple days. Like, I was like this for like a year straight, just living my life like we're in a video game. And I remember like just feeling like I went from before this accident, I was kind of just floating through life. Like I wasn't making the right decisions. I wasn't where I wanted to be. And when I woke up, I snapped out of it and I was like, holy shit, I almost died. And I was just like looking at my hands one day and I was like, holy shit, like I'm the one in control. I'm the one calling the shots. I'm the one making the decisions. And honestly, ever since then, my life changed dramatically. Like at the time, I was still smoking weed. I didn't have a CDL. I was unemployed. I was literally on unemployment in COVID. And I set a goal. I was like, listen, I'm going to quit weed to get my CDL, to get this certain job I want, like a truck driving job. And a lot of people didn't believe it was going to happen because I was like so locked in the weed. And like people were like, yeah, right, you're going to quit. Like, good luck with that or whatever. Like, they didn't believe me because it was like it connected so deep to my identity. And sometimes I didn't even believe myself. But I was like, listen, I'm going to set these 3 goals. I literally achieved all of them. And every time I look back on it, I was like, me just making the decision to getting a CDL and quitting weed and trying to apply to this job I always wanted, I think had to do with me waking up and being like, listen, I'm in control. And if I didn't do that, my life would be way different today. Like I wouldn't have a career right now. I'd probably be working some shitty job, smoking weed, being a stoner, not having a CDL. And every time I'm where I'm at, all you have to do is look back the past few months, or say the past year or two, or the past 3 years, or the past 4 years. What were the decisions you made to lead up to that point? Sometimes they're bad. Like if you make a bad decision, you might be in a worse spot where you're at today. Or if you made a good decision, you might be in a better spot than where you were before. But you have to remind yourself, like when you're just floating through life and you're not making the right decisions or you feel like you're not in control, get your hands and just go like this. Just look at them and be like, listen, I'm the one making the decisions. These hands, you're the one that's opening the door to different opportunities. So I want you to use this almost as a grounding technique and to be like, listen, we're here right now. We're really doing this shit. Like life, you get one shot. You get one chance. And you have to realize you're in control. You have to realize certain decisions are going to predict your future. And I said this in a video before, but you have to realize like your past and your future are reference points. Like say you made a mistake in the past and you look back on it, you use that as information and then you leave there. Or you go in the future and you kind of get an idea of the vision you want and where you want to be in life, and then you come back. So they're like reference points. We're just visiting there for a little bit and then being in the present moment. There's no reason you should be lingering there. like just constantly thinking over and over again about the past. They're constantly thinking about the future. And you're just not in reality. Like reality is the present moment. The decisions we make decide those places. So if you're living here and you're not in the middle making the decisions in the present, it's everything's like just not even real. Like you have to be focused in the present moment, and you have to realize you're the one calling the shots. You're the one making the decisions. You're the one that's picking your dreams, and like you have to be a little bit more comfortable with taking accountability and being like, listen, if I really don't like the situation I'm in right now, I'm the one that's opening the doors to different opportunities. I'm the one that's going to make a change. Like, say if you're overweight and you want to lose weight, you're the one that could do that. Or say if you're a little behind on money and you need to figure out how to make money. Like, that's even the journey I'm in. I'm still trying to get financially better in the situation I want. I still want to hit certain goals, and I'm trying that every single day. But it doesn't happen overnight. Like these little decisions we make over and over and over again, it stacks up over like, it could be like a year or two before you really start seeing results of you changing. But it happens in the decisions every day we make. So hopefully you guys appreciate that video. And if you guys end up actually using this or find this valuable, please let me know in the comments. Because like I actually enjoy your guys' feedback. We're trying to build a really good community here. I want people to grow with me as I grow, you guys grow. And this is like a space I want to create. Like the main reason I have this channel is not because I'm only passionate about self-development and mindset, but there's just so much bullshit on the internet right now. There's so much like fake shit. There's so much, you know what I mean? Like there's just too much garbage on the internet and hate and toxic shit. And it's just like, I wanted to build my own community where like you go in my comment section, you're going to see a lot of people winning, a lot of people supporting each other. You go in someone else's, like you go in Mr. Beast, Brain Rot's comment section, or you go in some stupid shit of someone hating on each other and you see a bunch of hate comments. That's not going to be our group. Our group is going to be built different. We're going to have a bunch of winners over here, and we're going to be changing lives. So I hope you guys appreciate that, and let's get after it.